Is Kathleen Kennedy a horrible president and a great producer? Or is she simply being a horrible president on purpose? We shall discuss that here on the Dante James Show. Still don't have an intro. If somebody wants to make one, that'd be great. Anyway, when I think about the state of Star Wars, I sadly think about how Kathleen Kennedy is making it as mediocre as possible. If you had another series or film... Wait, what? Why? Fireworks in the background is always great for video.
2 hours later.
Well then.
Two seconds later.
With yet another writer or director for series or film being fired and scripts being scrapped, fans are up in arms, calling for Kathleen's forced retirement. It's so sad to think that Star Wars could have and should have been so great that, like, nobody even knew who Kathleen Kennedy is/was. Like, it should have just been that good, but here we are. I'll be honest, I had no idea who she was until after episode 7, and Disney probably wouldn't give her as much of a spotlight if she wasn't a woman. But, you know, that's another thing. Even though we know how badly Kathleen Kennedy has led Lucasfilm, I keep seeing and hearing people say that, you know, she's got a great resume, you know, that she's done other good things as a producer. Yet, to be frank, I mean, I really don't know what the role of a producer is. How rich do you have to be a producer? Like, you just give a ton of money and they're like, here, make this movie. But also, you know, producers also get a say, right? Because it's their money, so... But the fact that producers hire and fire directors and writers based on what they believe the movie should be is very strange to me. Like, just write and direct the movie then. How hard could that possibly be? Well, apparently for Kathleen Kennedy it's very hard. Even Spielberg said that her writing is trash, but she has great, like, production ideas. So anyway, when I did more research into Kathleen Kennedy, I was shocked because she's produced some real bangers. E.T., Temple of Doom, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Ponyo, Lincoln. Honestly, if I had known she was the producer of all these movies beforehand, I would have been way more psyched for the new Star Wars stuff. But I'd also be extra pissed off. In fact, now I'm a little more pissed. How could someone who's produced such great movies bungle, like, the biggest franchise in the history of film?
Andy, come on! Yeah!
The answer, my friends, is simple. She is loyal to George Lucas and is destroying Star Wars on purpose. Think about it. She purposefully made 0 plans with this film. She had no roadmap at all going into it. And when met with criticism, she said it was a good thing. You know, she tried to brush it off like it was a good thing, saying that Star Wars is not supposed to be cemented, and that you need to leave room for directors and writers to do their thing. Yet she's fired so many directors because they're difficult to work with or whatever. So she hires J.J. Abrams, the guy who is only good for setting up mystery boxes. Then she hires Rian Johnson, who has said he would rather have half the people who watch his movie hate it. Guess he must have really hated Knives Out, because, like, everyone loved that film, so... Poor Rian Johnson, I guess? Then, she fired Colin Trevorrow for the aforementioned reason that he was too difficult to work with, ultimately handing over the last episode of the Skywalker saga to a Vato who admits to being bad at finishing stories. Like,
What are you doing?
there is only one word for this kind of treachery.
Sabotage.
Now she's putting Kenobi on hold because it's too similar to The Mandalorian, which is a good series. Okay, maybe this is a good move, because apparently she's putting it on hold because it's too like The Mandalorian in the sense that the scripts had Obi-Wan, like, you know, taking Luke on an adventure or a quest or protecting him or something, and so probably would have too much, like, Baby Yoda vibes. So maybe the fans ought to cool it with this, because if they just made this thing, everyone would be like, they're just copying The Mandalorian. Like, it's just an exact copy. And so, yeah, maybe back off of Kennedy on that one. I'm willing to bet that Kathleen Kennedy knew that Disney was going to screw over George Lucas. I bet she knew. She's been a producer her whole life. She knows what these big, evil, mega corporations are like. She knows that they're crooked and evil and that they break their promises. Then, using the profoundly annoying social narrative that a woman in leadership is automatically good and that if you criticize them in any way, then you're automatically a sexist. As an impenetrable shield, she commenced her mission. Notice how she's never addressed the fans in the way that Ryan Johnson and his ilk did for episode 8. She never said anything bad, but she also never defended them because she knew exactly what she was doing. She's still serving her master, Darth Lucas. So thank you, Kathleen, for sticking one to Disney. We owe you our thanks. Everyone, thank Kathleen Kennedy taking a cut of that $4 billion to pants Mickey Mouse and make everyone laugh at him. Or maybe she really does suck as a president. I don't know. Peace! Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. It really helps me feel good.